Hello, 포항동성 High School students. It is the ICE, an English newspaper club on our school. What comes to your mind when you think of Jeju? I'm sure many of you are thinking of beautiful scenery and travel. However, there is a deep pain in Jeju that should never be forgotten. Today, we are going to talk about Jeju 4.3 incident.
In 2018, it is approaching the 70th anniversary of the Jeju 4.3 incident. The Jeju 4.3 incident is a bloody clash of demonstrators and police soldiers in Jeju Island on April 3, 1948, which began on March 1, 1947. Until September 21, 1954, countless Jeju residents were killed in the process of military clashes and repression. It is a tragic event that caused the most casualties in modern Korean history after the Korean War. As a result of the 4.3 incident, the Jeju community was destroyed and severely damaged. And most of all, the Jeju community suffered the most devastating loss of human lives. Then, why did the 4.3 incident happen? The direct trigger for the 4.3 incident is a shooting incident on March 1st. Jeju Island held a rally of commemorating the March 1st independence movement in which a child was hit and injured by a horse-riding policeman on a square. At this point, the policeman was going to leave, and some angry crowds threw stones at him, and the police fired their guns at them. Six people were killed and 8 seriously injured. Most of them were civilians nearby. Angry residents staged a general strike with Jeju's nominal party. More than 95% of Jeju's workforce participating in the general strike, which police say is riots, and they detained and tortured about 2,500 of them in 1 year. Jeju Island's people staged a protest against the formation of a South Korean independent government, protesting against the country's general elections. On April 3, 1948, 350 armed Jeju people marched to 12 police stations to protest an independent election. The slogan was, "We urge the establishment of a unified government, opposing the prohibition of violent repression in the crowd, and the establishment of an independent South Korean election and government." But the soldiers used unimaginable methods of fighting the demonstrations: flames, guns, and knives. Despite the fierce and bloody anti-election protest within Jeju Island, the May 10th general election in 1948 proceeded. At this time, Jeju Island was the only place in South Korea that had refused to hold a general election. 95% of the town was burned down by ruthless repression tactics, and many residents were brutally slaughtered. About 20,000 people even hid in the cold at Halamanen. More than 1/10 of Jeju's 300,000 people were killed. There was also saying that at that time, there wasn't a single person who died in every house, and the whole family was slaughtered and couldn't even be reported dead. Until only a few decades ago, however, the Jeju 4.3 incident itself was taboo, and let alone investigating the truth. The right-wing groups treated Jeju residents as violent and ill-conceived. In fact, in textbook under John Duhan, they described the incident as a riot. It wasn't until the late 1980s that we started to reputation ourselves, and then we started to restore our honor from riots to the pre-democracy movement and the people's struggle. This incident, in which soldiers in the same country killed tens of thousands of innocent people in a popular protest for the sake of a unified nation, is one of the most shameful and tragic in our nation's history. 70th year after the 4.3 incident, the belief they're still suffering from the nightmare. We must make every effort not to have this tragedy again. To do that, we must remember their pain. Let's remember, there is no future for the people who forget history.
This concludes the instrument training. Thank you for your attention. Until now, it was the English Newspaper Club The Eyes. I hope you have a good day today. Bye!